Scorpio, this is your November 5 Aspects of Yourself reading 2021. Scorpio, November 2021. For spiritual, we got Queen of Discs. For intellectual, we have the Star in reverse. For physical, we got the Three of Wands. For social, we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. And for emotional, we got the Two of Discs. Angel Arena message for Scorpio, November 2021. Sandolphin, Angel of New Life. Mausoleum message for Scorpio, November 2021. The Traveler, Keeper of the Crossroads. Enchanted Map message for Scorpio, November 2021. Stuck in the Mud. Queen of Discs, a mature woman of a shy but charming and generous nature, always willing to extend her heart to others. Impetuous but timid. Her sensible yet reserved manner causes her to be taken for granted by those who do not take the trouble to notice her true worth, which is considerable. She is intuitive rather than intellectual, but her intuition seldom fails her. So this is just a spiritual reflection of who you really are. What you're doing in November spiritually aligns with your true essence, like your whole spiritual oneness of who you are from the past going forward. It includes, if you believe in karma, all lifetimes as one big picture put into one person. Queen of Discs. This is your higher self, shadow self combined, working together with Pluto and Libra. Spiritually working, doing the alchemical processes. The Star in reverse. Hope, delayed, a setback, minor misfortune, need for patience, resentment, an error, a dry spell, overtaxing resources. These are the things you're constantly thinking about or affecting your mentally aspect, your intellectual aspect of yourself in November. There's a setback, minor misfortune. So, or that things that led up to the November have led to this misfortune or setback, or, well, darn it, unexpected turn of events kind of thing. Hopes and wishes not quite going as planned. But if you align with the spiritual, just keep doing the alchemical process and doing the work. Physical aspect of yourself, we have Three of Wands, optimism, good prospects, auspicious progress, all according to plan, established enterprise, discovery. So your physical aspect, even though you're thinking that, this is a setback or whatever, it's part of helping smooth things out or correcting your path in alignment with working on with the shadow and the light combined. He's here to warn you that Cthulhu is coming or might be coming, or hey, don't do this because it'll summon Cthulhu, which is, the devil of this deck, or the big bearer of destruction or bad news or addictions or whatever. So just keep, doing what you've been doing. This is physical, so monetary or home, money, your things you own or possessions. So your couch, any of those kinds of things, keep it organized and clean. Things are working. She's got the pyramid here around her with the wands, the three staffs, or these three. crystal wands here, protecting her, keeping the darkness at bay. Don't let your emotions become a tsunami and wash you away. So I think you'll be alright. Queen of Wands in reverse is a mature woman whose pride and vanity cause her to believe that she is always right. She obstinately persists in actions even when they are shown to be not in her own best interest, merely from a determination to see them through to the end. She perceives those who disagree with her as her enemies and can become vengeful toward them if they refuse to submit to her will. So this is authoritarian dictator card in reverse. It's not upright. Underwater, see the water's, her head. It's not this way. It's upside down. So her emotions are consuming her. This is the social aspect of yourself. This may be the way people perceive you, not necessarily completely accurate to the reading, because you're intellectual. Maybe that's what it is. But spiritually and physically, I don't see that as very accurate. I think it's an intellectual thing, and the way people perceive you because they misunderstand or they like to gossip or they like to believe in rumors, which are based off of telephone with kids, fart jokes, and it's not real accurate to what was original to the truth. So, they believe the liars, they don't believe the truth of who you are. That's a huge problem with our societies today. Propaganda has corrupted many people to believe in lies, and it's everywhere on all channels, all TVs, all mainstream. You're only going to find the truth away from the mainstream. You're not going to find it in the mainstream. So as long as you're aligned with the right social aspect, not in the mainstream, because if you're in the mainstream and you're propagating the propaganda from the mainstream, then you're an authoritarian dictator. So this is accurate for you. But if you're not, then it's not very accurate for you. It's just gossip and rumors. Two of discs, upright is change, transformation, alternation, cycles, gain and loss, harmonious revolution, ebb and flow, cheerfulness, recreation, rhythm of life, a message, a visit. This is emotional aspect of yourself. So you're burying the old, starting anew with a fresh new body, having the shadow do the work for you, getting rid of the darkness, the evil, burying it. And then, because this represents the shadow minion of you, doing the hard, dirty work of burying the dead. The moon. It's not as it seems. Maybe if you align with your heart, if you are one of those people who are aligned socially with the mainstream media or mainstream news, then you might want to bury that and go dig into other alternate perspectives. Maybe you're wrong, and you can bury that person that was all authoritarian and dictatorish. Follow your heart. Don't be all vengeful and aggressive because you think you're right and you think whoever you believe is right. Sandalphon, angel of new life. When the time is right, their twin angel will return. Sandalphon was the first, and now he will follow. We follow it forward along the shoreline and into the water. Sandalphon's footstep brings with a great fear, but also awe and hope. With each step, we move closer to the conclusion and the new beginning. Embrace the new epoch. What has come has already passed. What will be is still a dream. Sandalphon flows through it all. When a new era emerges, the blood of the twin angel brings fertility to everything it touches. Angel Arium too was formed this way. So too will the next world, born in the wake of Sandalphon. Signs or references to this card are a wheel within a wheel, a child, a spiral. So, the Emerald Tablet talks about spiraling out to avoid the hounds or the darkness that's trying to consume you and corrupt you comes at angles, and spiraling out is the only way to avoid it. So that's a new way of being. The Traveler, keeper of the crossroads. The traveler's identity has been completely affected. He wanders wherever no road exists, with his lone, worry steed, trading his goods wherever he stops. He stays in one place only long enough to sell what he has, take on new goods, and move on to the next stop along a path that only he knows. His trades, likewise, are made according to some measure of value that exists in his own mind, having little to do with the local demand or supply. In all things, the traveler makes his own way, adhering to no established society or guidelines. The traveler may be followed, but he does not lead. His example shows us the boundaries of society, both in its limitations and in the guardrails that it establishes to keep us from danger. His appearance calls on us to question and compare our values and the values of others, and determine whether we are reckless in overvaluing our own selves or overcautious and not giving ourselves our due. His references restlessness, independence, and appraisal. So, following the brain drain mainstream media is not showing your independence. It's being a good little sheep and following the herd. Okay? That they don't have independence. They don't understand independence. They don't know what that means. They think they understand it because then they have these different identity characteristics. But that's not independence. Independence is establishing what you believe in and fighting for no matter what. A lot of people are just following because they're afraid to lose what they have, or they're afraid that they're not going to get what they need or want. What you need or want isn't always as it seems, and isn't really aligned with the soul, destiny, or spiritual connections you've established. Stuck in the mud. You're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to even muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud. But for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. When this card appears, it reminds you that you're stuck due to your obstinate desire to get what you want, when and how you want it. Perhaps it's uncomfortable to admit that the course of action you've chosen for yourself isn't right for you now. Even so, you have a choice. You can struggle in the mud and get nowhere, or take a moment to observe where you are, and then step out. Wash away the dirt, dry off, and find other things to do. A much better adventure awaits you. You'll know when it's time to embark upon it. And that was your reading for November, Scorpio. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next month.